This amendment will strike 3 provisions within the bill, allowing the Bureau of Land Management, Fish and Wildlife Service, and National Park Service to accept transfers from Customs and Border Protection for environmental mitigation work on public lands related to border wall construction. As the bill reads right now, the Department of the Interior would be receiving a transfer of funds from Customs and Border Protection to clean up the destruction caused by illegal immigrants crossing the border and trampling plants and vegetation in the area. It's obvious to me why we're seeing this incredible damage to our wildlife refuges, our historic sites, and our wilderness areas right along the southern border. We are seeing thousands of undocumented immigrants destroying the environment as they make that trek across. But I would ask today, is the solution to this problem really to further deplete the resources of Customs and Border Patrol agents, only for those same lands to then be trampled by thousands of new immigrants the next day? So we need to deal with the underlying cause here, not make it worse. And to have an actual impact, we should be keeping those resources with CBP, working to address the root problem with the crisis at the southern border. So to allow for this transfer of funds, especially after significantly reducing the budget for Customs and Border Patrol agents, it's really salt in the wound for them. When you look at the CBP budget year over year, it's slashed by $927 million. And keeping this provision would allow for a potential loss of up to $100 million, totaling a reduction over $1 billion from CBP's budget. So I think the question is, how do you support draining the budget of those who are securing our border to possibly help mitigate the impact of illegal immigrants crossing our public lands? $1 billion is a significant reduction here, especially when we're seeing record high levels of a surge of illegal immigration at our border. We are in a crisis, but talking about replanting seems out of touch. And when I visited the border, I was seeing children huddled under foil blankets with my own eyes, dirty, shoeless, scared after they were trafficked, possibly. There are children sleeping on floors, women sharing beds with strangers. $100 million would certainly buy more beds. $100 million could certainly buy more soap and blankets. I could buy kids new shoes. The administration cut these funds to hire new CBP agents, yet included funds for federal employees at other agencies to deploy to the border. This is mixed priorities here, mixed up priorities. $100 million could certainly allow federal agents to continue to do the work that they already do, we rely on them to do, while also employing additional Customs and Border Patrol agents to help work to secure our border. And most importantly, $100 million could make strides in the CBP budget, but no, let's put a Band-Aid on a bullet hole instead and focus on plants instead of human beings. Just seems, again, backwards. So regardless of which side of the aisle that you're seated on, I think it's obvious this is a useless allocation of our funds. We all want to help preserve public lands, and we want to help stem the crisis at the border. So I would ask you in helping by supporting this amendment, it's common sense, in order to protectively use taxpayer money to address the root cause of this issue and address the crisis at our border. So thank you, Madam Chair. I yield back, and I urge a yes on this amendment.